we played down in Tampa, and the tournament chairman called me and said, Chip, you know, I'd like to play, have you as my partner. It was a team tournament. And he said, his wife told me that one of the reasons he wanted me was because I wouldn't get mad if we didn't win. But Michael J. Fox, at the time, I mean, he's been suffering with Parkinson's. And he's burning 9,500 calories, and he can't sit still, and I mean, it's amazing. He won't walk, I mean, he won't take the cardio almost to walk with us. He won't play the up team plays where we play. And anyway, so my wife and I got to know his wife, his manager, and like his crew, you know. And so if there were probably 30,000 people at this tournament, 25,000 came to meet him and wanted to get an autograph. So I mean, you know, I mean, it took us all day to play, 4.5 hours, 5 hours, whatever it was. And then he gets finished and he's signing autographs. And literally and truly, I said, gosh, Michael, you have these pictures of this beautiful, God, man, he had beautiful blue eyes. And I said, Michael, who is that? He said, man, Chip, that used to be me. And I said, well, that was a handsome guy right there, you know, from Back to the Future or whatever it was. And anyways, he'd go and sign all those autographs. And then he was waiting for you guys to do television. He'd wait another 45 minutes to give a nice interview. Took him an hour to do that. And I mean, this is a guy that... And so my wife and I were so impressed with him. And so my wife said, Chip, we're leaving the tournament. Said, Chip, on Time magazine, there was a nice picture of Michael J. Fox. I picked it up. You should read the article. And in that article, he said two things that made him really, things he focused on to make him a better person. He said was acceptance and gratitude were the two virtues that he practiced on a daily basis since he got this Parkinson's diagnosis. He said it kept me from being bitter and saying, why, God, did you do this to me? Why do I have to suffer with this? And so those two virtues are so important in golf because they make you put your past behind you and move forward with your best foot forward. And so when you read that, you see the experience of this guy, and when he says, I'm a much better person with Parkinson's than I ever was without it. So golf is a lot like that, you know. So anyway, Michael J. Fox, if you ever get a chance, go say hello to him and send him some money because he's raising a lot of money for that. And they're going to find a cure.
But that was a really bad lie you had on number 9. That's great stuff. We don't want to keep you guys here too late, but we do have
Charlie,
some time.
you can talk, can't you, boy?
I can talk. We're lucky between the two of us there's any oxygen left in here. We're happy to take a few questions if you want. If we don't know the answer, we're fully qualified to make something up and you'll never know the difference. If you guys, anybody want to go any place? Trish?
When you played Ryder Cups, who was on the European team at the time you played?
Old Tom Morris?
You know what's fascinating? Just take, for instance, 91. Nick Faldo had a friend, Chris DeBerg. He wrote the song Lady in Red. Never seen, sing it for me, Charlie.
Charlie,
oh, as beautiful as you are tonight, or whatever. Never seen it. I wish I could sing it. It was a great song, Lady in Red.
Yeah, we wish you could sing it
so
too.
anyways, that was the time that Raymond, I mean, they went, I guess it was Bernhard Gallagher was talking about Seve Ballesteros. It took him 30 minutes to get all the accolades out. Then Nick Faldo took forever. And then, you know, Colin Montgomery, it took him forever. And then Bernhard Langer, and then Jose Maria Olazabal. On it went. It seemed like forever. Because can you imagine that team? They're all in the Hall of Fame. And Raymond gets up and says, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to treat you, I'd like to introduce the 12 best players in the world from the 67 Ryder Cup when Hogan used it. And Nick Faldo yelled out, so that means Seve's the 13th best player in the world? I'm telling you what, you could have heard a pin drop. We went like, oh, we're not going to get out of this place. So the next night, Chris DeBerg changed that song up and made a parody of all the American players. I tell you what, it was funny, but we felt about that big. And it was pretty challenging to get ahead of that team. But they had great players for sure. How about on your team? Who'd you play against? And because
Oh God, every time I played, well, I think 4 out of the 8 I played Dottie Pepper.
Dottie Pepper, yeah,
That's a tough draw right there, isn't it?
She has still one of the best swings I've ever seen in professional golf.
Great player.
Just a great shoulder turn, short arm swing. That girl was gifted. No
I think
doubt
she
about it.
travels with a Chihuahua too.
But Beth Daniels was on that team, I'm sure.
Oh, they just.
Beth Daniels, yeah, they were.
Bradley, Nancy Lopez.
Yeah, Pat Bradley, Hall of Famer. That's pretty amazing.
Patty Sheehan, I mean,
Yeah, Patty Sheehan.
Quite
Oh yeah.
a few.
So do they give you what's one of the replicas that they give you, or some of like memento that they give the girls when they play?
We're not the same as you. We're very lucky. The very first time we ever played, all the players and the captain, the vice captains got a little replica of the original Solheim Cup, which is still my greatest bar any tournament we're in, and it's just gorgeous. Now you just get a replica, you get a cup glass, and it's not Solheim Cup. It's just something similar or whatever, but it's nothing like it. So,
Do you remember Carson Solheim? The Solheim Cup was named after him. He was a great person in the history of the game.
Well, he was a massive supporter of women's golf as well, so for us he was a mega player really, on the PGA Tour, making it what it is today, I think.
One of the most honorable men, one of the most decent humans that has ever lived. That a tribute to Carson Solheim. God bless his soul. Great.
Absolutely. You guys want to go any direction?
Carol, do you have any questions for Charlie? I mean, there's lots of things I'd like to know about him.
Where were you last Friday night?
Oh, where were you last Friday night? That's a good one.
I went to bed at
You
8
did
o'clock.
all.
Questions, where were you? Yes, sir.
All right, so I have the picture of the balls from the Ryder Cup match with you and Sevi and Azinger. So did you play the 90 or the 100 compression?
Let's bring them up. Let's see them.
Yeah, I got the 4 balls from the tournament.
You remember the story, beginning of the story about 2 hours ago? You were talking about Sevi putting the ball out around. This is an actual picture from Zinger tweeted it or texted you, right?
Singer's a trip.
You remember what ball you played? Was it the gutta percha?
Well, no, it's really funny though. What you can see on this is how we marked the ball. They marked it with dots with a pencil. You see that above the Titleist? So I was probably playing the 90.
Titleist 90.
That makes sense, doesn't it? That was a fun Ryder Cup though, because I remember Raymond Floyd going up to Sevi. At that time he had a cough, and I'm telling you right now, you get to the top of the swing, and so I remember on the 9th hole he got me, and I eased up on it. Probably cost me two clubs going in the green. And Zinger said, "Chip, what do you want me to do? You want me to go after my?" Zinger, act like nothing. It's a non-event. Don't let it bother you. But I'll tell you what, the next day, Raymond was aware of what was happening. The next morning, I forgot who got up, but one of our players gets up, and Sevi goes, Raymond, with his big blue eyes, runs up. Sevi, we're not going to play like this today, or you're going to have to fight me today. Sevi didn't do it the rest of the day. Zinger loved that one, man.
You had any more motivation towards beating Sevi than Azinger did? Because from my understanding, Sevi was the person that Azinger just wanted to beat no matter what it was, no matter what tournament, and I know it kind of stemmed from the whole golf ball situation.
Yeah. The only other person like Zinger always says, "Chip, this is personal. I'm taking this personal." And I remember when you know how you get real emotional, and when Nick Faldo beat him in the British Open, Faldo made like 18 pars straight on the last, all day. And Zinger felt like he gave him the tournament, he bogeyed the left 3 foot of the last green or something like that. So I'm telling you what, it wasn't until recently that Zinger could actually get out of his anger for that guy beating him or giving the tournament to him. But yeah, he was a fun guy because Zinger was like, I felt like the jockey riding a horse, because Zinger would say, "Chip, can I take it right between those two bunkers?" I said, "Zinger, that's right up your alley, man. Just roll it right in there." He'd take that driver off the deck, bam, knock it right in the wind, right up on the middle of the green. I said, "Zinger, you're the greatest I've ever seen. You're the greatest." I could pump him up, and I'm telling you what, he'd get so excited. He was unbeatable, that guy. He was fun to play with for that reason, because he was so emotional.
Ryder Cup, I believe.
Oh, he was awesome.
Wish you'd have pumped me up some today.
Zinger's one of the great Ryder Cup players because of his emotion and his love for that
I believe so.
championship. So
We got one more question. Yes, sir.
Chip, the
59 is an unbelievable achievement. I wouldn't swap it for anything, but I'm just curious. Would you, or do you know of anyone else, swap a 59 for a major, for example?
I definitely would. I mean, a major is something that I finished second in 2 US Opens, almost won a Masters, but I mean, you know, when Ken Venturi crucified me for laying up 15 at the Masters in '93 where I finished second, it was like, he called me a coward, and I thought, God, that's the lowest blow in the world, because in our day, when we played, we didn't play for the money, we didn't play for Ryder Cup, because I played 2 US Opens in the late 80s, and I didn't even make $10,000. I finished 9th and 10th, and didn't even make $10,000. We didn't play for the money. There was one guy that was happy, and that was the champion, and there might be the US Amateur Champ or the low amateur of the week. They were happy, but everybody else went away. It probably cost them more money, and it was like hard work, right? But yeah, that's a personal achievement that's really extraordinary.
But less people of the 59 walked on the moon, never mind have majors. So you
Well,
could say yours is a more unique.
The nice thing about it, though, was just that's the nicest thing that happened to me in golf, because of with the scholarships. That really was something that I feel really good about. So I have to endow that scholarship, Charlie. Maybe you can help me do that. I gotta pay for that.
What? No.
But anyways,
Maybe the first person to shoot at 59 ever is
well, Al Geiberger shot the first 59.
Oh, I voted for you, right, yeah.
And what's interesting, when I shot 59, Al Geiberger came to me and said, Chip, I want you to know that I'm Mr. 59. I said, oh, Al, I'm not worried about that. I won't use your name like that. And I didn't think that much of it, right? But what's been nice over the course of time is that every time somebody shot it, it's kept my name in the public. So it's like I'm current with the new generation of 21-year-olds, and Mike over there at 25 years old, whatever, old, 27. How old are you, Mike?
Just turned 27.
Just turned 27, so I have children older than Mike. So it's kind of kept me current. And anyways, that's kind of a cool
It's really
thing
not
about
that
the
big a
59.
deal anymore, because Jim Jurek shot 58.
That's right. And he shot a 59
But
with a
that
3-putt.
mean, did you beat Davis by 10 that day you shot? 59?
That's impressive, Charlie.
Chip, we got to shut this down, because we got to hope they bring us back next year, because we're going to keep telling all our stories. We don't have anything to tell them when we come back next year. But we hope you guys have had a great evening. It's been a lot of fun sitting around telling stories. Chip, Chris, Becky, thank you very much. A lot of fun today, brother. You don't see a Georgia Tech man hugging a Georgia man. All right. Thanks, guys. Great evening tonight. Thank you.